The year was 1184. The Almohad Empire, stretching from the sun-scorched deserts of the Maghreb to the fertile lands of Al-Andalus, stood on the brink of war. The Christian kingdoms of Iberia were growing stronger, their kings dreaming of reconquest, sharpening their blades for a final push, but they did not count on one man: Yaqub al Mansur. A warrior, a strategist, a ruler who would carve his name into history with blood and steel. His greatest test would come in 1195 at the Battle of Alarcos, where he would face the might of Castile in a clash that would shake the very foundations of the Iberian Peninsula. Would he be the savior of Al-Andalus, or merely the last defense before an unstoppable tide? Before we dive into this epic story, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to support our journey through history. The rise of a warrior Sultan. Yaqub al Mansur was not just another ruler. He was the son of Abu Yaqub Yusuf Fentfuring, inheriting an empire filled with turmoil. His father had died on the battlefield, leaving the Almohad throne to him at a perilous time. Many doubted his ability to rule. After all, being a warrior was one thing, but ruling a vast empire, that was a different kind of battle. But Yaqub was not a man of hesitation. The moment he took power, he crushed rebellions in the Maghreb with ruthless efficiency. He imposed his authority over unruly governors, executing traitors, and reaffirming Almohad supremacy. He expanded his influence, fortifying the foundations of his empire. Yet, a greater threat loomed beyond the Strait of Gibraltar. The Christian Reconquista, Tijuson, was advancing. The Christian threat, a dangerous rivalry. King Alfonso VIII of Castile was no ordinary ruler. He had spent years preparing for war, gathering an army of knights, mercenaries, and crusaders from across Europe. His goal? To push the Almohads out of Iberia once and for all. By 1194, Castilian forces had begun their incursions, attacking Muslim territories, sacking villages, and threatening key cities. Yaqub al Mansur could not ignore this provocation. He gathered a colossal army, tens of thousands of warriors, Berber cavalry, disciplined Almohad soldiers, and elite black African archers. With the green banners of Islam fluttering in the wind, he set sail for Al-Andalus, prepared to meet the Christian threat head-on. The Battle of Alarcos, a day of reckoning. July 18, 1195. The battlefield was set near Alarcos, a strategic fortress controlled by Castile. Alfonso VIII, confident in his armored knights and heavy cavalry, believed he could break the Almohad army. But Yaqub al Mansur was a master of warfare. He devised a strategy that would turn Castilian arrogance into their downfall. As the sun rose over the battlefield, both armies faced each other, steel glinting, war cries echoing, the tension so thick it could be cut with a scimitar. The battle began with the Castilian cavalry charging forward, their lances gleaming, their war horses thundering across the plains. But Yaqub was ready. He ordered a tactical retreat, luring the knights deeper into his ranks. Then, at the perfect moment, his Berber cavalry struck from the flanks, trapping the Christian forces in a deadly pincer. The battlefield turned into chaos. The Castilian soldiers, once confident, now found themselves surrounded, their formations breaking apart. The Almohads, relentless and merciless, cut them down without hesitation. War drums echoed across the land as Castilian knights fell one by one. King Alfonso barely escaped with his life, fleeing the massacre as his army was annihilated. His mighty crusader force shattered, his dream of Reconquista delayed. It was a decisive victory. Alarcos had fallen, and with it, Castile's ambitions were crushed, for now. The aftermath, a ruler's legacy. Yaqub al Mansur did not just win a battle. He secured the fate of Al-Andalus for years to come. His victory sent shockwaves through Christian Europe, forcing the Iberian kingdoms to reconsider their ambitions. The Almohads were no weak rulers. They were an unrelenting force, but he was not just a man of war. Yaqub al Mansur was also a builder, a patron of knowledge. He ordered the construction of grand mosques and palaces, including the legendary Hassan Tower in Rabat. He promoted scholars, poets, and architects, ensuring that Almohad rule was not only remembered for its battles, but also for its cultural brilliance. Yet, fate is cruel. Despite his triumphs, his health began to decline. In 1199, the great warrior passed away, leaving behind an empire at its peak. But the shadows of decline were already forming. The Christian kingdoms, though defeated, were not gone. They were watching, waiting, preparing for the day they would strike again. Conclusion: a legend never dies. Yaqub al Mansur was more than just a sultan. He was a warrior, a strategist, a ruler who defied the odds. His victory at Alarcos remains one of the greatest triumphs in Islamic history, a testament to the strength of the Almohad Empire. But history is unforgiving. Empires rise and empires fall. Would his successors be able to hold on to what he built? Or was the Battle of Alarcos merely a delay in the inevitable Reconquista? What do you think? Was Yaqub al Mansur the greatest Almohad ruler? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an epic story from history.